Hi everybody, welcome back to Behind the Seams, the making of Sock Wars Chapter 3. This chapter starts with Princess Leia being brought to Darth Vader. The interior of the blockade runner set is very narrow and shaky. It's literally held together with clamps and duct tape. Instead of having 8 puppeteers all bumping into each other under the set, I have to film each puppet performance separately and then layer the footage together in the computer later. We have another shot of the Star Destroyer filmed against a green screen and suspended by fishing line. And here's our first look at the surface of Tatooine. This is filmed at the sand dunes at Pismo Beach in California. There was a lot of sand and a lot of wind swirling around these giant sand dunes. It was a strange place. It's about 20 miles of sand dunes, and we heard cell phones ringing and nobody in sight. And train whistles. I know that sound carries, but it was just a very odd place to be. In this shot, I wanted to make it look like the droids' bodies were moving through the sand away from their escape pod. The first thing I did to achieve this was film the puppets in front of a green screen. And then I wrapped a Pringles container in a green paper, then imitated the movement of the puppets through the sand. Later in the computer, I masked and composited the sand displacement footage over the puppets, where their feet, air quotes, touched the ground. I cannot tell a lie. It was miserable working in the sand dunes. I was laying on my back, trying to film with puppets on my hands. Wind was blowing sand in my pockets, up my nose, in my ears, in my mouth, under my glasses. It was awful. This next clip kind of sums up what it was like to work in the windy sand dunes. As I was panning the camera, I accidentally pushed the autofocus. With mess-ups and the weather conditions, I wasn't too happy. Let's watch. Ah! With the wind and the sand blowing around, it was impossible. The camera would shake all over the place. So for many of the shots, I used the footage from the sand dunes as the background and then went home and filmed the puppets in front of a green screen in my backyard. These close-ups of R2 and C-3PO were taken at Seal Beach, California. It was a lot closer to the house and a lot less windy. The last thing here is the crate dragon prop. I hope I'm saying that right. Mostly made of paper mache. The eye sockets are foam cups, and the vertebrae are made from cardboard and paper mache, and then a bit of paint for some detail.
Keep going, and stop.
This is all his fault. Stop recording.
And that wraps up the behind the seams making of Sock Wars Chapter 3. Please don't forget to subscribe and share and like and tell a friend. You can see more videos like this on my Sock Wars Movie YouTube channel. You can also follow Sock Wars Movie on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks again, and we'll see you in Chapter 4.